Welcome back to Mountain Beaches. It is a spectacular day today. It's going to be in the mid 80s again tomorrow, which is when you will see this video, and then it gets up into the 90s for several days. So summer is finally here. We've had such a wet, cool spring and early start to summer. Bring on the warm weather. We're ready for it. Over the last several days, we have done a few projects, but we've also had two different sets of friends that have come and stayed with us at the property and visited. So we've done a lot of just visiting and a little bit of project work. We'll catch you up on that. One of the things that I've been working on is finishing the wiring on the solar panels. So as you can see right here, we've got a couple of wires hanging down. We need to get the MC4 connectors hooked onto those. And then this blue one will, let's see, where does blue go? Blue goes right to here. So this will hook into here. This yellow one will hook into here. And what we've got is I've divided these 40 panels up into 5 different sections. So there'll be 5 sections of 8 panels each that'll be going all the way back to our Powerhouse inside the shop. And that's going to work perfectly. I had to put a halt on this project because I ran out of wire. I thought I had enough left over from when I ran the wires underground through the conduit. A little bit short, so I've got some more coming in a few days, and we'll be able to finish this up. I don't want to hook up all of the connectors because I don't want power. That'll make these panels live, and I don't want power going anywhere. I want a completely safe system, so we're leaving it not hooked up, but I can get the MC4 connectors hooked onto this. That's fine. I just won't plug them in. So that's what we're doing down here at the solar array. Let's go back up to the barn dominium and show you what we've been working on in there. A lot of you want to know, how do we handle our trash? Well, we do not have trash pickup up here at our property. We have 3 trash cans that we have purchased down here, and we bring our trash, we put it in our trash cans, and when they get full, we load them in the back of our truck and we haul them off to the transfer station. It's a little bit of a hassle, but not too bad. We usually time that with other chores we need to do or other things we need to get in town, so not too bad at all. There you go. All right, here in the shop, over here in the Powerhouse utility room, I've been working on additional wiring. This is for the batteries and getting the wire trough all hooked up. One of our friends, Bill, when he was here, he helped me get the wiring trough all hooked up, get the conduit that goes down under the ground connected to the wiring trough, and then after they left, I've been working on getting some of the battery wires connected. And again, in that project, I discovered I'm missing a couple of parts that I need, so those are on order, so that's on hold. Got a lot of different things going on at different times, at different stages, and it seems a little chaotic at times, and sometimes it is, but other times it's just we don't have exactly what we need parts-wise, and I don't realize exactly some of the parts I need until I get to that point. So we're doing the best we can, but let me show you. We've got the bus bar connected here for the negatives. So this side goes here into here, and these will connect up to the battery. We'll cut these down a little bit. Then on this side, we've got 2 more coming into the other inverter, and those are these. Those are 2 AUG wire, or 2-aught, and then we've got 4-aught, 2 4-aughts coming off here to the batteries. So each inverter has 2 2-aught wires, and we do that because it's just easier to work with, and the size of the cable itself fits into the lug better than a 4-aught does. So I've been told by several people that have used these same inverters. So that's how we did it. 2 2-aught coming out of each inverter into the combiner bus bar, and then 2 4-aughts coming out of there going to each of the battery banks. Okay, so that is the wiring. I've got the fuses. I'm missing some parts for that, so that's where I had to stop when I was starting to work on putting that together. Then the next thing that we started working on was, you maybe could see it, is we started framing in the electric utility room, the Powerhouse. So this is our door into the Powerhouse. We've got that wall framed up, 2x6 wall, because that attaches to these posts, and it's 6 inches on that side. So coming off, going over here, this is what I'm going to work on today, is this wall going across here. This 2x4 is just down there just for reference right now. And this is going to be a 2x4 wall here. No need to put in the 2x6. It's not necessary. So we're going with the 2x4 wall right here. Going to work on that today. All right, another project that was worked on, and this was done with our friends Ron and Crystal, and we got the door painted black, the door painted black, the door frame painted black. We love it. What do you guys think? It was white. We weren't quite sure what color to paint it, but we decided our windows are black framed, so we decided to go with black door. We just spray painted it. Turned out pretty good. It's got a little bit of splotchiness to it. I think Kim is going to try using a roller on the other door and see how that turns out. But here we are. It looks awesome. Thank you, Ron and Crystal. It's awesome to have friends and they come up and they work on projects for you. So thank you, Ron and Crystal. You guys are great. The door looks fantastic. Over here on the other side of the barn door, which will be the entrance to the barn dominium, the man door entrance is over here on the west side. This is the door Kim's been working on. She's got a first coat of the well, she got 2 coats of the primer on and then a first coat of the black. This is being done with a brush and it needs another coat. We were planning on 2 coats all along. Here's the door, and you can just, I'm not sure if the light will pick it up. Yeah, there you can see the splotchiness in a few places. Maybe it's just because our technique is not proper with the spray can, but she's going to try using a roller with the paint we're using on the trim here and see how that maybe works better. So that's what Kim's working on while I'm working on framing out the wall. Things are progressing. It's pretty exciting. Check this out. I can't remember if I showed this to you in the last video or not. That was Kim's Mother's Day present. Washer dryer combo unit. She could not be happier. $140 3/8. Here's a quick tip on framing a wall. If you're doing studs, then you can mark out your 16-foot centers, put a line down like this, and then use your square here that shows you some inches measurements, and you just go 1.5 inches over and draw the line, and that's, your stud goes right in there. And I usually put an X just for double verification. That's where it goes.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day today, and we have a lot to get done in the barn dough today. Norm is building a wall, And I am getting the doors painted. You can see, oops, right there, we've painted the white doors black. And so they need another coat. And then also right there, all the trim around the doors, that's got to get done. Got lots to accomplish today. It'll be a great day.
How's it coming?
It's coming. I think it'll look great.
Okay, the wall is finished and we're ready to stand it up and put it in place. I ended up being one 10-foot 2x4 short. So I made one, kind of. I took 8-foot 2x4 and I spliced it together with another little piece, and then I attached some 2x4s on each side of it and just nailed it all together. This is not a structural wall, so that'll be perfect. It'll work great, and it's sure better than spending a half hour to run into Home Depot and then a half hour back, losing an hour, hour and a half of time. So this worked out good. Let me show you. So here's the splice. This will be at the top. There's the splice right there. This is just an 8-inch piece here, but I've got it surrounded by a couple of pieces on each side that should hold it just fine for what we're doing. Saved me a ton of time. Making great progress on the wall. Not so great progress on remembering the video as we do it though. So we got the one wall in place, nailed up, and it was just tacked there earlier. So we've got it set and fixed in place. We have the second wall built, and we videoed that, but now we've got it in place and we're getting ready to attach it over here to the wall and attach it to the first wall we put up. So that's what we're doing now. Keep it to the top even with that piece up there, it'll be plumb.
It is even. What do you want it, like all the way over this way?
Yeah, matching, just like that.
Oh, matching, okay.
All right, let's get this thing nailed in place.
So I've been working on the doors. I'll show that to you in a minute, but I thought I'd share a little story that Jazz and I had. So here she is, ready to tell you the story. Here, look right here, Jazz. There we go. Anyway, Jazz and I go for a walk every morning. It's typically a 2-mile walk or so. It gets her morning wiggles out and gets me moving. So we were going on a walk. It was on July 3rd. And we had gone down our gravel road, and we were by our property line, by our gate down on the gravel road. And we had gone further than that, but we were on our way back. And at that point on our walk, I always have Jazz leashed because she's learning to walk on a leash. And in that area of the road, there's always bunnies or squirrels or something that she's chasing off into the forest. So that's her training ground. And so anyway, we were walking by our gate and walking back up to the trailer. And as quiet as could be, this huge big black bear walked out in front of us. If that doesn't get your heart rate up, nothing will. And so luckily, Jazz was on a leash. It was probably about 30 to 40 feet away, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. But man, it was a big one. It was a big black bear. And he lumbered out onto the gravel driveway, and Jazz let out one little bark, and he turned around, raised up, looked at us just curiously for a moment, and Jazz and I stood stock still, and then he ran off the other way, and I scooped Jazz up, and we ran off the other way, and I was way out of breath. I run into the trailer. Norm's like, "What is going on?" Like, bear, bear, bear.
All right, that feels pretty good getting that room built. The last step I need to do for now is get the top plate on. Got a 2x6 gonna come over and overlap onto the 2x4 wall, and then I'll put a top plate on the 2x4, and that's gonna be it for this room for now.